Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope I didn't jump you all out here skin because down here is so peaceful and serene this morning. Absolutely beautiful. I know many of you may know where we are. Some of you probably do not know. This is what is known as a screw dock. In the years gone by, this is where all of the maintenance was carried out on the larger vessels used to come in here. And then there were planks that used to lift up by these screw mechanisms that you're seeing all along here and actually carry out the maintenance on the dry undersection of the boat after it came out of the water. This has stopped operation for a long time ago. However, they've still kept the actual turning spirals, etc. for you, so you can enjoy some of the history of Barbados and see how beautiful it is. I actually used to turn these here manually up to a few years ago before someone went and bent the poles. That could have been me actually that bent the pole one day, because a guy out here had me pretty vexed. I leaned up on it. So there's a possibility that I was the one who was responsible for leaning the pole. So I have not been able to screw this up for a little while because of the pole being bent, and that's the only reason, because I am strong enough to do so. Good morning to each and every one of you on the Bridgetown Warrior. We have our co-star Jeanette with us this morning, and we're going to bring you some beautiful Barbados. So we said we're going to be doing a land-based operation this morning. Years ago also, this was the location for the Barbados Coast Guard when it came from Miami Beach. Coast Guard was set up here for a long period of time. However, due to the size of the swells that used to continuously come over this section, it was deemed unsafe after a few hurricanes passed and did tremendous damage, and therefore they carried it down into the flour mill area, which is on the Spring Yard and the Mighty Grinder Highway. That's just over in just beyond the other side, the north side of Bridgetown. But it's a beautiful town. It is steeped with history. We not do too much history, give you a couple of little things on it, but that's not really our style really. We will leave that up to our biggest liar, who will do so on Saturdays. Not this Saturday, we have some information for you on our schedule coming up this week. However, we will give that to you a little bit later on. One of the newer structures here, this is a few years back though, Blackwood screwed up. This is where they have live entertainment and stuff that goes on. I'm not too sure their schedule at this present time, but I do know about it before. And you have some very big parties down here, etc. You will park over on the other side and walk through the facility. They also had a little museum here. I'm not too sure if that's still going on as well. This is one of the areas that is used mainly by our pleasure craft, especially those that are taking guests on, because you don't need any security pass to come on to the actual dock area where we are, like the shallow draft facility that you need to pass through security measures. However, that's taken care of by the people who are actually conducting the sailing cruises or the fishing cruises, etc. So all you gotta do is call them, apply to go with them, and they will take care of the headache for you, for sure. Now, we used to also have a big party and restaurant here called the 𝗏𝗏 years ago as well. Welcome to the 𝗏𝗏. You still see the sign there. I remember when this used to run, this was a big party lounge at one time. Morning, brother. You good this morning? All right, man. You want to shout out to the world? Say hello? You want to wave to the world? How are you good, brother? You good?
Yes, sir.
All right, my man. Have a lovely day. Huh?
Yes.
Be blessed, my friend. Cool, man. You're good. All right, so we're going to take a little walk along here, and then we're going to take a little walk along the boardwalk. Our mission this morning is to take you sort of like on the cruise passengers visit, except for you're going to do it the other way around. We normally walk from Bridgetown Port up to 𝗃𝗏𝗘𝗏 Bay. Today we're going to walk from here, and we walk in general direction of Bridgetown Port. Don't know if you'll actually get there. All depends on the time, etc. What we want to do is just get you up here where we can see the bridge and stuff, and then we see our Serenity Pier. That's just around the corner. Want to let you see a little bit of sunlight, so you can see our Serenity Pier with us. Very popular Caverns Lane. You have a lot of nightclubs in here. I will leave that to the party animal to tell you about a few of them. I'll tell you about the warehouse that used to be in the general section. We talk about that a little later as well. Bear in mind, all these buildings, very old buildings. This is where all of the cargo ships and the smaller inter-island vessels used to bring originally and offload all their cargo in this section here, especially on the other side as well by Bridgetown. And that's where everything was moved to the merchants' locations. But this was very, very popular at one time. You would have found all the shrimp trawlers as well in this general area, and all the trawlers which are stationed on the other side. However, over here has been bonds for many, many years. Some of them have been actually commercialized in recent past. We had the Waterfront Cafe. We have many others. We had the warehouse lounge, as I mentioned, and there are other locations that we'll show you in a few minutes' time. Just to give you a glimpse of the pleasure craft as we're walking up here. You want to do some fishing, or if you want to do some sailing, you can do that from here. You can actually do that from many locations, but look at the colors of that sky in the distance. Is that not just stunning with the red bricks? They're old factory bricks that you're seeing there. They're normally used to like cool all of the furnaces and stuff in the actual factories, or maintain the heat in them, because it actually is heat repellent. Just beautiful. A lot of chimneys around the island you would have found were constructed for the factories, were constructed out of that material there, because it used to withstand the heats and stuff very well. If you are a fan of Outer Banks, you will remember that this is the area where Outer Banks, a part of Outer Banks was filmed, where they had the pirate boat at one time was located here, and then you also found where they had boarded onto 𝗃𝗏𝗃 was also in this general area. This careenage and Bridgetown and Barbados in general was used for Outer Banks, especially from number 2 on to number 3. Number 3 even more prominent so. And if you go on to that there and have a look at it, I definitely would like you to do that, because it's fun to ID the locations as we're taking them in bit by bit. How are you going, man? You good? Alright, so you guys going early this morning, fishing boats on their way out. Guys always up with the crack of dawn, etc. As I passed by Ronnie's boat, wasn't me. Good morning, Captain Ron. It's good to see you this morning, my brother. And you may not be on board, but I'm sure you'll see us later on. This is one of his vessels. The other one was called Why Not. This is Wasn't Me. You can always get in contact with him. Now, this is a friend of mine, and I can guarantee you that this guy is going to offer you a day full of fun as well. So if you're looking for something a little bit on the smaller side compared to some of the larger catamarans, this is definitely one of the options that you can take into play for sure. Alright, so we said we're going to see our Serenity Pier. We didn't have a sunrise this morning, as you can see quite a bit of heavy clouds. So what we're going to do is we say our Serenity Pier looking in this direction. Those who'd like to join us now, please do so. All others will be back with you in a few moments. Remember, this is a prayer for peace and direction and calmness and for guidance. That is what I use it for anyhow. This is the thing that usually calms me down whenever I'm in a stress situation. I say Serenity Prayer, and then I realize what I'm actually responsible for, and all other things will be in God's hands for me, because I willed my life over to God. I did so in 2020, so we're going in that direction now. Alright, so here we go. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Your will, not ours, be done. Amen. We're just going to give you a 180 from here because on the other side is just strictly old warehouses. As I said, some of them have been used as souvenir shops, etc. However, we make our way up here and we point out a couple of things to you on the way up. There's a beautiful, beautiful morning. Hold on a sec. What's that my co-star is telling me? She says that, what was it, baby? What you say? They want to all see you, Nick. All of them want to see you, Nick. Did you all hear her say that? Let me just clarify that again. What is it you just told me, co-star? They all want to see you, Nick. Just so you all know that she's actually here and she's actually talking. She has a Bajan accent now. Oh, see, I just stood on her toe. She's just getting ready for Thursday.
Doesn't matter if we're dancing or not.
You want to say good morning to the family?
Good morning.
You said do not put the camera on you this morning.
I didn't say a word.
You didn't say anything about not putting the camera on you this morning. You didn't say I don't feel like vlogging, forget the family today, let's stay home and relax.
I did not say that.
You did not say that? Okay, I guess.
Leave me alone.
I'll leave you alone. Okay, so we can proceed then, but she just drew my attention. You all want to see me, and that is why I am putting the camera on me. And that's the only reason, because I do not like to turn the camera on me. I'm extremely camera shy, as you all may know already, but I'm also extremely handsome. I had to say that. I looked in the mirror last night when we were up at the grill, and I decided with the chill and grill, I'm sorry.
𝗃𝗵𝗃𝗀𝗁.
Okay, chill cafe and bar and grill. Okay, something like that. Anyhow, you all know where we were because you all saw the live vlog. Anyhow, we decided I was going to go in the washroom. They had a full mirror. When I looked at myself, I said, he is dashingly handsome. I was so impressed. It took about 10 minutes just looking at myself. So this morning, don't expect me to be not looking at myself because I realized how handsome I am. I did not know I was that handsome until last night, but then it came out and my beautiful co-star said to me, Nick, you're always handsome and the most awesome man in this world. Look at her face. Let's see. It's the truth, right? That laughter is because you're so excited and true. Okay, I got you covered.
You know the laughs coming.
Oh, okay. Well, we're going to proceed anyhow a little further on and we'll talk a little bit more. We're trying to talk some jokes today. I don't normally like to joke. I like to keep everything factual, as you all would know. I do not tell lies like our co-host or our host on Saturday, Nicole. Terrible, terrible liar. But we will talk more about her as we go on, I'm sure. I don't know if our Sulcan dictator got up this morning, because last night, as you will have seen, she was having a merry, merry time. Sulcan dictator, if you're on this morning, I'll have to applaud you because I noticed you were online last night after 12 o'clock midnight. So I don't know what you were doing, but poor party animal, if you were here still and you all went back to school, well, you know that'd be bare trouble. As I said before, a lot of the main crafts along this area, there are all types of signage and stuff. So if you want to just take a walk by here, even if it's not there, looking to actually go sailing or fishing, just come along here and capture some of the information that is out here. The guys have all the information right here for you, and then you can get in contact with them online and get some more information from them if you would like. But big game fishing, lots that took a hard time to come out. Catamaran cruises, etc., as we mentioned. Now, for those of you that have been here for quite a few years, would remember Waterfront Cafe. This was a jazzy kind of cafe. It was great. Unfortunately, it is not open anymore. 𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗃 has closed that. It used to belong to 𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗃. But you used to have tables and chairs all along here that you could sit down with umbrellas and enjoy the beautiful, beautiful scenery as everything was going on in Bridgetown. We're going to step back a little further in time now for any of you. I don't know if any of y'all heard that yesterday there was a mini moat going over this bridge. Yes, I don't know if you all heard that yesterday. Wait, good morning. Cheese on bread. Look. A veteran of tours, a veteran. Any of y'all remember the safari tours? This is the man that originally founded that. Good morning, sir. How are you going?
How are you doing?
I'm wonderful, man. You still telling lies like me as usual?
Of course.
Awesome. Best way, no? Yeah.
Best way.
Good to see you, my brother. Good to see you, man. And this is your second man here?
Yes, sir.
What's your name, my brother?
Ricardo.
Ricardo?
Yeah.
Ricardo, you been working with him for a long time?
Yeah.
He's a nice guy?
Yeah.
He pays you well, obviously. My brother, you have a great day. Good to see you, man. So you going out fishing now?
Yeah.
You got how many people going out with you today?
Just two.
Bill Fisher? Just two people?
Yeah.
That means that you got... Wow, man. You're going to be an awesome operator, man. Yeah, man. Well, you have a great day and good catching, huh? Catch you later on, man. Good, Ralph. Take care. All right, if y'all not know him, is Ralph White. If any of you all have been on safari tours years ago, you remember well Ralph extremely well. He was a champion of layers. Before I came along, he was the best layer in Barbados. And then I came along and I took over that, and unfortunately Nicole has now stolen that from me. We had mentioned that we were going to talk a little bit about back in history, just a little bit. I don't know how many of you remember the days when the Jolly Roger used to moor here. Jolly Roger, when it was going out and coming in the afternoon, you would find a lot of the local guys diving off of the bridge to get dollars or money that was thrown in, or coins that were thrown into the water. That was a big event here, all kind of creative backflips, etc. The kind that I am now using, I actually gained them from them, watching them. But all of them used to come on here and do backflips and stuff just to get coins from the visitors to the island. They were going out on the Jolly Roger. They were great, great days. Absolutely lovely. Beautiful, beautiful Barbados. Beautiful, beautiful Bridgetown. And beautiful, beautiful co-star. And she saw me run at her and was getting ready to exit stage left, but she decided, no, I'll wait on him because I'm worth waiting on, of course. Alright, directly in front of us is what is known as the Independence Arch. This was actually constructed in 1987, and this was to commemorate our 21st anniversary of independence. It bears some very important names and information on it. We just make our way up here just so you can enjoy a little bit of it. And I carry this actually on my side in tattoo form. It is the pledge. I live by this pledge. I give back to Barbados because Barbados has given me oh so much. Barbados has actually brought me to where I am. A lot of you all may think that was impossible, that one place could bring me to where I am. They would need the entire world because I am so amazing. But Barbados is actually something that I will give back to because it's given me so much. And of course, Elton Walton Barrow, it carries his imagery out here as well. Absolutely beautiful. And if you want to read up a little bit more on that, or if you want to listen to a whole set of lives, please get in contact with Nicole. She will let you know all about it. I will give you a little something here that you can see screwed up. We just talked about that briefly. You can always freeze frame this and come back, but as we're passing it now, I'll give you the information. Here we go. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now, you know, we've done some community from here. We've also done some Saturday docile walks in the general area with Nicole leading us. If you hear any conflicting information from me versus Nicole, you know she's wrong. You see smile that goes on there? That obviously, everybody should know that by now though, right? I am the only person that's ever right. Yeah, everybody should know that. A lot of you all strive for perfection. Well, I'm already perfect, so I don't need to strive for anything. I just need to be maintaining who I am and what I am. Beautiful, beautiful area. Now, this is now a lift bridge. It used to be a swing bridge at one time. And then we also have the other bridge over there, Bridge Road itself. Absolutely beautiful. Now, originally, Bridgetown was known as the Indian Bridge. And that's because when the first settlers came here and settled in Bridgetown, they found remains of an old bridge that was actually built by the Indians here. It was settled in 1628. It was Charles Wilberstone and plus 64 settlers who came into Bridgetown area and actually started settlement in Bridgetown. It was all swampland, or mainly all swampland, hence the bridge, etc., etc. This is a beautiful, beautiful town. Many times this town has actually been burnt to the ground because of fires through Bridgetown area, because you can appreciate all the buildings were originally wooden structures, all very close together. It was completely destroyed by fire numerous times. However, something that marks here a lot is the death toll of the cholera disease. In 1824, there were approximately 20,000 people that died in Barbados due to cholera. That is one of the true facts of Barbados. I actually probably have that right because I did scribe it in my brain this morning. So you would know what I'm saying is absolutely true. Alright, we want to give you a 360 from here. Let me just get back to this one section here. We're going to give you an elevated 360 with projected voice. It's another special that you will get on EMC. No one else does the Circle of Love. No one else does the 360, especially when it's done with the projection and elevation. Here we go. Absolutely beautiful. And right in the center of the camera is the Treasury building. That is what that is referred to as. And on the opposite side are Parliament buildings. Parliament buildings were constructed between 1870 and 1874. However, we did have the Assembly meeting since 1639. However, that was moved from location to location. But many times, the Assembly met in bars and ale establishments. So you can understand the kind of rules and regulations used to go down in Barbados over the pints and over the beers and over the rum. So, no, you will understand what Barbados has turned out to be because of that. That is where we used to have our meetings. And strangely enough, that's where the EMC have their own office as well. In the establishments around the island that are recognized as places are called oases, where you can get anything you want to drink or whatever. In the distance there, you'll see the monument commemorates the wars. And just beyond that is known as the Dolphin Fountain. That was to commemorate the first running water in Barbados. Running water in Barbados was actually started in 1861. However, that was not actually structured until 1865. But that's known as the Dolphin Fountain, just in the center of our camera right now. Heroes Square. This is where this is. As you remember, Lord Nelson used to be on that structure there. However, he has been relocated. And now that is no longer in existence. It was a lot of controversy over that. I don't get the controversy part only when I feel like talking about it. I don't feel like talking about it today, so don't worry about it. As you will also see that our clock is a little bit slow. How do I know it's a little bit slow? Because Greenwich Mean Time call me every morning to set their big times clock by me. And I can tell you my watch says it is now 24 minutes past, and that is most definitely wrong. So there you go. Take it from Nick. Again, I am always right. Everyone else is always wrong. Your watch says 6:21. That's wrong as well. So don't worry about that. She also has on what she calls a smartwatch, but it's obviously not that smart because it has the wrong time on it. So more and more options of where you can go sailing. You will know Stiletto Cruises. You will see one of their vessels moored off in Discovery Bay. Because I've been on the west coast recently and seen it a few times, but no, I know that for sure. And this is the other one that belongs to Graham, who is Rabbit's brother, and he operates from actually out of the Greenwich area. Greenwich means to turn a boat on its side and carry out general repairs. That's what that word comes from. This is a boardwalk that walks from here right along the actual wharf or Greenwich area going down. This is all recently done. I say recent, maybe you know me already. Just the other day could mean 10 years ago, so recently could also mean 10 years ago. But this was done a little while back. We used to actually drive along here with an open edge to the sea. However, this was constructed for people with free movement and also to protect the vehicles on the intersection. This is absolutely beautiful. We're going to go down here and we're going to walk across the road here. We are not going to jaywalk across the road because my name is Nick, so we're going to Nick cross the road. Here we go. Bridgetown, we're going down the center right now, Broad Street. This is the duty-free haven. You find duty-free all over Barbados now. At one time, this is where you used to have to come to find all the duty-free stores. That it no longer happens. It's all over the island. A lot of the branches that have stores here also have other outlets, like Sunset Crest, Warren's, Sheraton Mall, etc. So duty-free is quite easy to get now. One of the 𝗃𝗃s here, as you can see, 𝗃𝗃. Just like what the Canadians would call Tim Hortons, or the Americans would call McDonald's. That is our favorite restaurant in Barbados, best fast food restaurant on the island. Probably the best fast food restaurant in the world, and that's because, you know why? It's from Barbados, so obviously it would have to be the best. Norman Centre changed a lot over the years. This was one of the big malls at one time. I say big, I don't mean huge, I mean one of the well-known malls. Everyone came and shopped there. That has changed a lot. You walk through the other day, very, very quiet on the inside. Nothing like it used to be over the years gone by for sure. It's a beautiful, beautiful town. Absolutely stunning. We're going to walk through a little bit more now. People remember there was a Knight's Pharmacy here. There's no Colombian emeralds. You can come here and pawn your gold or silver. And then you can go next door to Colombian emeralds and buy some new one. That's what you can do. So you can fool your loved one and let her know that you bought her a new ring, but do not tell her you sold the old one to buy the new one. That is something you do not do. There are certain things that you say and certain things you do not say. Directly in front of us is duty-free Barbados. I still call this 𝗃𝗃. I will forever call this under other outlets 𝗃𝗃 because I remember this 𝗃𝗃. 𝗃𝗃's original location was here, and then it was burnt. Let me just get through. Had a big fire in Bridgetown, then they moved out by the Central Police Station, and then they came back here after this reconstruction was done. Duty-free Barbados. This is a lot. It's like it's not like a strip mall. Not really a strip mall because it's not really the individual buildings, but All of the shops in here are run by different entities, or majority of them. So you can find anything in here, electronics, you can find clothing. On the top floor you will find some best options of local food. Party Animal will probably tell you that. I eat here all the time, she will say. I'm sure she does, like everywhere else in the island, because if you know the Party Animal, she loves her food. So there's also another restaurant on the first floor as well, but the top floor is where you can get all of the optional restaurants. This is great up there. You can get anything you want here, all duty free, whether it's cosmetics or whether it's colognes and stuff. I don't need to buy colognes because I smell naturally so great that I put on a cologne. People probably say, well, he don't smell good today, because I always smell so amazingly wonderful. Is that not true? No? Not true? All I'm getting for her today, hold on a minute though. When have you ever walked down the center of Broad Street? I don't think you have ever done it. I'm going to do it for a few seconds until these people start to drive in my direction, and then I'm going to run out the street. But we're going to do it center of Broad Street. You know why? Because I'm the Beige Warrior and we can. That car is coming up here. We will now move. The oldest established pharmacy in Barbados that I know of, 1888. That is Collins Limited. This is still goes on now right up to this time. This is one of the major pharmacies that were in Barbados, and is also highly, highly regarded as one of the better pharmacies in Barbados as well. Absolutely beautiful. Lots of those side roads going off into Swan Street and the back streets as well. You can find all kinds of bargains up there. You'll find a lot of vendors in the street. The street is actually closed off to main traffic, so you can actually walk through it quite freely, enjoy some delicacies and local treats that they have, and also enjoy some souvenirs that they offer you as well. You won't find duty-free shopping at the souvenir shops or the guys that are selling on the side of the road, but you can find some amazing deals over there. I had to call them gifts because some of them are so good. For all of those in England and all over the world that used to enjoy Woolworth, I don't know if you're still enjoying them, because I know the majority of Woolworth has closed down, but we still have our own Woolworth in Barbados, and you know why? That's because we are Barbados, and we're the most important place in the world, and therefore they have remained here. That is only obvious. I'm not selling Barbados, and I'm not being biased, I'm being actually factual. So I said streets all over. Come and explore, because a lot of these places you can find little small shops and stores in some of these side streets that you would not be aware of. Don't think just because it's duty free, this is the area to stay in. Please venture off into the back alleys and stuff. Not too far into the back alleys, but like Swan Street, etc. Roebuck Street, you'll find a lot of different stuff. And also these streets as well, Prince William Henry Street, etc. Woolworth, just right there. If any of you that used to know what Woolworth is, that don't know, you should come to Barbados and see what Woolworth offers. I'm not going to tell you what they offer, because I want you to come here to the island. If I spoil the treat, you will not be surprised when you arrive. As you see, the Costas Mall years ago. This is another very old establishment here as well. Clock is never right, ever right. I actually like to walk down here whenever the clock is ringing, but today it probably will not ring. It doesn't look as though it's going to any hour today. It seems to have stopped completely. But it's a lot of fun to walk through the city and here in this area, especially when you're trying to set your watch and it's always wrong. That's quite interesting. You have something to tell me? Please stop in to, hold on a minute, read a sign here from the billionaire. Oh, $10,000, and withdraw $10,000 for me. Mr. Billionaire, you're going to have to come and do that yourself, but I know that is not true. If you want to withdraw the $10,000, I know you only got to go into your mattress, because you do not believe in banks. You like to hide everything in your mattress and your pillows at home. I understand you do not buy any padding for them at all. Wait, I hear somebody coming here. Excuse me. The diva, our diva, EMC diva from Bridgetown. Good morning, how are you going?
Hi, good
What's up, my brother? You can walk in front here, no problem. But just don't block her, because she's too precious. How are you going?
I'm off to work.
You off to work? Where are you working now?
I'm working in Lares now.
In Lares?
Yes.
You mean Lares up in the country?
Yes.
Oh wow, so you don't work down in Bridgetown anymore?
No.
So can't call you Bridgetown Diva, I gotta call you Lares Diva.
Lares Diva now.
Lares Diva. Alright, so
I got put in 34 years in Bridgetown,
wow.
so I'm putting in some more up in Lares now.
But you shouldn't have too much more to put in before you can lay back and relax like me.
For real?
Because I'm 51. I'm really 52 next month though, on the 5th of April.
I'm 53.
You're 53? Well, you're a little older than me. You don't look it though, you don't look it. Don't mind. You be laughing at though. Diva, you'll make it bear sport. What time you got to get to work though?
8 o'clock. So
8 o'clock?
I move early.
So in other words, you're trying to tell me you got to run from here right now?
No, yeah.
So you can spend a couple of minutes on and say hello to all of our family? Your family?
Hi, my family.
Sweet man. You're looking good though, Diva.
Thank you very much.
I'm glad he showed us up. I drive here in the morning, I said.
I miss Amy.
I don't see her. I said, well, where's she going though? I can't understand. I was saying, well, she was definitely at home retired, got her feet up and done with this.
No.
Yeah?
I'm too young to retire.
Too young to retire? I
Yeah.
was too, but I decided to go that way. I didn't want to work anymore.
Retire.
Yeah.
And I have a lovely job. I'm enjoying my bosses.
Awesome.
It's
You want to shout
awesome.
at anybody in particular the job you're at, or you just want to say lyrics? You don't want to say where you're at?
I am at 𝗃𝗵𝗶𝗀𝗲 ice cream plant.
You joking?
And my boss is a guy named David, a lovely gentleman, sweet.
Wow.
And
Wow.
there's also one named Mark, and one named Carlos.
Right.
And they have one named Kyle,
Whoa.
and they have one named Dottin.
Cheese on breads. You got a lot of people that are your bosses.
Beer man,
Bear man?
sweet man,
You-
sweet man, sweet man, sweet man. Very
So all them have something in common with me. We're all amazingly good
all
men.
amazing, good
All
men.
handsome and lovely.
And lovely.
Just like me.
and just like you.
Oh, thank you so much. And I'm not paying her. All the others have to pay her because you understand they give her the paycheck. I do not. So that was a free compliment. Thanks so much, my dear. You have a lovely day, okay?
will, I
Stay
will.
blessed and beautiful, all right?
Bye.
Okay, see you later. So if you're not aware of who that is our Bridgetown diva. She usually used to be on the other side, selling her products on the morning and stuff. However, she has moved into a job up at 𝗟𝗏s, and as you can see, she is smiling as she has always smiled. And compliments to all of her employers and the business she works with. I heard her say she worked with 𝗃𝗵𝗃𝗲, so I guess I'm gonna get close to her so I can go and get some free ice cream, 𝗏𝗏's ice cream, and some free chips and wedges. We're gonna have to do that though. We had to talk to her. You think we should go back and talk to her quick? You think we should drive out to 𝗃𝗵𝗃𝗲 later and see if we can see her and see these managers and stuff and see if we can get some free food?
Sure.
We could try it? Sure? Cat got her tongue no money last night. She was giving so much trouble. We gave her the gimbal last night, so if she said anything about me that was negative, you would know it's because the gimbal makes you lie. Except for me, I am the only person that can hold this gimbal and tell the truth 100% of the time. Unlike, well, you have a flame in your throat or something. What are you trying to say? You trying to say something there?
Okay.
Yeah. So she almost choked just now when I made that comment because she knows I tell the truth all the time, whether I have the gimbal in my hand or not. So she was trying to say, Nick, it's not only when you hold the gimbal you tell the truth every day, all the time. Alright, so more and more streets to explore, more and more shops to explore. Bridgetown, I would have to say, is or was, more than was a dying city because of all of the outer branches like Warrens and everywhere else getting commercial. Bridgetown tend to go through a slump at one time. However, they are trying to make a comeback now, so we're going to see what's going to happen there. Absolutely beautiful. The University of the West Indies just in front of us. A beautiful old mutual building it was called originally. You could see the kind of artwork and handicraft that used to go on. It's still called, as you see in the actual metal working top, says Mutual Assurance City. So that is it. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful architecture. All over Bridgetown you'll find amazing architecture, but this is one that captures everyone's attention. It's probably because you don't have a choice. You have to turn when you're walking down here and you can't walk straight as you do in the rest of the road, or you'll walk into the building. We show you 𝗃𝗵𝗃𝗲 at the top of the building. Oh, hold on a minute, before we get 𝗃𝗵𝗃𝗃 though, One Arm Bandit fans, if you want to come and pull some 1 hour slots and stuff, this is the place. Las Vegas, I have one in Iceland, I have quite a few in the island as well. But this one here is in Bridgetown. As you can see, it's all dark and glass. So if you do not gamble on the daytime, you can go in here and think it is night because we have darkened the glass. Oh my gosh, look at that handsome looking couple. Let's get a little closer. I don't know who they are. We need to go and interview them and see what they have to say. Good morning and how are you? We're fine, thank you. Are you having a good day so far? Absolutely. What do you think? Do you think I'm a handsome person? Who else could I say is handsome like you? You're the most handsome. What do you think about the person standing with me? She's an adorable 𝗀𝗏𝗏. Okay, so you've heard it for yourself from some of our friends in Bridgetown. These are new to us. We have never seen them before. So if you want, you don't have to take their word for it. We are amazing people. I told you that already, but you all didn't want to believe me. We had to get some guests to tell us that. As you can see, they do look like tourists. They have tans. They couldn't be working Barbadians for sure because they look well tanned. This is an area that you are not to park in. This is taxis only. This is spillover from this section where you'll find all the taxis still at the bottom of Broad Street. They'll all be here in a little while. There is one ship in this morning, mine shift 2, that's doing an air-sea turn. But you will find a lot of taxis in this general area later on. So if you are in Bridgetown, you need a taxi, you can get it from here. You can also get it from the spillover, which is just over on the other side here, where you can do it slowly for you so we do not blur it. And this is the other side. Alright, so off we go again. Let's see, which way should we walk? I feel like annoying her though. I think we should go back out on the boardwalk. No, let's go down 3 streets. Alright, so as you all would know, lots of vending goes on in Bridgetown. Saturday mornings, Bridgetown Market, early Saturday morning, lots of vendors and stuff. You can get all your ground provisions and vegetables and fruit and stuff from. At the moment, Bridgetown has not awoken. We are going to do a few of the streets here. This is Prince Alfred Street. I can read, you know. I actually was having a little bit of a stick problem there, but then I saw ST with a dot. I knew what it was. I didn't have to worry with Prince Alfred. They had that down pat. But I wasn't sure if the street or a road. We're going to be taking some back roads. Now, I don't know if you've ever walked down through here. This is the first time that I've walked down through here with a vlog. But if you walk down through here, I'm sure you must be saying, we're all the people. No one comes into Bridgetown until it's time to work. No one hangs out in Bridgetown really. Only people, as you could see, like our Bridgetown diva that just went up the road, but she's going to another job. Anyone you see in Bridgetown at this time of morning would obviously be someone that's going to work somewhere else, because no one comes in Bridgetown this early. Majority of these stores at 𝗃𝗵𝗱𝗲𝗏, etc., 9 o'clock onward. So you wouldn't get the 8 o'clock opening. You certainly wouldn't get the 6 o'clock opening, like what we like to encounter every morning, because we do the sunrise. Look at her, look, looking all serious, look. This morning she threatened me. I do not have to tell anyone on here what she said, because I'm not permitted to do so on Facebook. However, everyone that was in the car with us on Saturday, when we were taking our 𝗏𝗟𝗄 Saturday drive, will remember what I told them she said. So I'm sure now you're chuckling. I was threatened with the same thing this morning. Evidently, she knows that is the biggest threat to me for sure. Courts. I gotta say, biggest outlet in Barbados. Courts almost everywhere in Barbados that you go. You'll find all of your furnishing. You'll find all of your electronics. You'll find everything in here. Carpeting, whatever you want, you'll find at Courts. These sometimes they have a pajama midnight opening. That is a thrill. I did it once. I walked in and walked straight back out because I was so well dressed and so famous that everybody came around me and nobody was shopping. Courts paid me to leave. They said if you stay in here, nobody is going to shop. Everyone wants your autograph. So that was a short-lived event. I didn't enjoy that one at all. But I did come here at midnight. I did line up at that time. That was a few years ago. Just a couple of years ago. As you know, I'm not that old, so it couldn't be that long. Beautiful, again, all historic. It looks a little bit old and rustic in the morning. That's how it always looks, basically, except for the new modernized buildings. You'll see a lot more of them in this area. If you want to go to a chocolate factory, it's just in this general area. We'll show you that as well. The old 𝗀𝗄𝗏 bookstore, not originally here, but this is where you're located now. 𝗀𝗄𝗏 bookstore and stationery. You will still see the sign over here, 𝗵𝗃 helicopters. 𝗵𝗃 helicopters used to have 2 helicopters to fly here in Barbados. However, unfortunately, one of them went down while out on a trip with guests on board. That came to an abrupt end pretty much. I really don't know too much about it, so if you want to find out more about that, you can always investigate that. But that was 𝗵𝗃 helicopters. That's where their hangar used to be. That's where they host some parties for 𝘂𝗀 and other fets as well. So the 𝗃𝗵𝗃𝗏 chocolate factory is just over here on our left-hand side. That is where they produce some amazing, if you are a vegan and you want some ice cream, 𝗃𝗵𝗃 will produce the vegan ice cream. You can get that in all of the 𝗵𝗇 outlets as well, vanilla or chocolate. Great, you can also stop there and get some chocolate treats as well. We did mention about how they're modernizing some of these areas. A lot of the buildings, this building that was here went years ago. The one below, I'm not too sure what they're doing. There is a for sale sign here. I would ask the billionaire to come and buy it. Unfortunately, he does not spend money. He may not even want to buy the sign, far less the building, because he is cheap. If you're a racing fan, federal bookmakers, that's just inside of here. You can come and do some horse racing, etc. Do some gambling on it. Not only local, but international races as well. So these are bookmakers. So you can come over here. Let's not use gambling. Let's use betting, because we do not allow gambling in Barbados. So let's use your betting. If you want to play some of our games of chance, like lotto, etc. Again, that is not gambling. We do not permit gambling in Barbados. If you want to pull some one-arm bandits, well, you can pull one-arm bandits. But again, it's not gambling. Lots and lots of malls are popping up as well, all over the island, not just in the outskirts, but all over the island. No, don't go across there, baby. Come back. She's walking with me. Oh my gosh, she doesn't realize that I'm a Bajan warrior and I can walk into all of these areas without any problem. But you can find malls that is creeping up all over Bridgetown, not just in Broad Street, but also along this walk area here, as you all will know, Princess Alice Highway. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful place. What's up, my brother? You good? So we're gonna go down now. Originally this was a car park here at one time, multi-story car park. However, that was discontinued. The lower floor of it is now the immigration department. So the actual parking facility is used by immigration and other government officials. But this used to be a multi-story car park at one time. Directly opposite the fisheries division. You can see they've done a lot of clean up. Any of you all are on here, I'm saying where the trees gone, because we used to have a lot of trees, neem trees that were lining along here for shade and stuff. They've all been taken down. I don't know if they're going to respring or not, but they have been removed. Directly behind the biggest fish market in Barbados. This will be the Bridgetown Fish Market. They actually have a protected harbour that's building outside. We'll show you that in a few moments' time. We'll actually do the boardwalk going down to the harbour, so you can enjoy the walk along that actual seafront area. If you are in Barbados and you have to go to the immigration department, get here early. You can see it is only 7:15 and people are already on the outside assembling. Lines can go in either direction, up or down this pavement for long distances. Yeah. You don't like to cross or walk backwards. You want to walk straight across. You don't know you can hop in and off the traffic. It's not a problem, you know, because if you're with me, hold my hand.
I don't know if
I will make sure to save you.
Across the street like before.
You're actually watching this morning on a webcam or something. You all will get some good laughs, because I've got her co-star this morning crossing the street halfway and then coming back in, and she does not realize that cars will stop for me, but they will not stop for her. I told her already to stay close to me, but she will not do so, so she puts herself in danger and I have to warn her and pull her back. You see all the fish vessels behind there, fishing vessels, a lot of them. Majority of the long haulers will be stationed in here. It's also used as well when we have incoming hurricanes. This area, Port St. Charles, all those marinas will offer safe harbour. They haven't really been put to the test, but we will see if anything does happen, and hopefully it will never happen in our lifetime or in lifetimes to come. So I said before, Barbados Immigration Department. Remember, they're online now, so if you want to make an appointment and stuff, you can go online and do all that online if you would like. Save yourself this area. You actually have to make an appointment to go in. I see Simone Thompson is watching. My co-star is extremely observant. She's just making sure that I know who is on board, especially when the annoying people come on board. She just showed me that Simone is watching. I don't know, Simone, you must have knocked your phone on the floor instead of the alarm, because I know this is too early for you, because you are a lazy person. Anyway, if you are up this morning and you're feeling better, when I say feeling better, I know last night you must have had a terrible headache. So this morning, I hope you're okay. Anyway, if you want some fishing tackle, or you want anything to do with the fishing, etc., Carter, the company, they're here. They used to be located in 𝗃𝗏𝗏 House. They've actually moved down here now. So if you wondered where they've gone or if they're still in existence, yes, they are. You come to Fisherman's Corner here, Carter and Company's Fisherman's Corner. Supermarket here has changed hands and still keeps going. It's always been a supermarket from as far back as I can remember. However, there's now Savings Plus. It doesn't have all of the items that you may want, but it will have the conveniences and necessities for sure. Our second bus terminal, this is the one that caters to the north of the island and some central locations. This is one of the bus terminals, not the Fairchild Street, that's at the top of Broad Street, that caters to the eastern and the eastern and southern sections. This one actually caters to the other direction. In here you can not only find buses or ZRs, but you can also find lots of food options. Some great fish cutters you can get in here, some amazing fried chicken. The vendors down here, incredible. You can buy pastries from Crumbs and other outlets. They have outlets here as well as their pastry vans. Well, I want to take you into Bridgetown Fish Market, but we can't do that this morning. Well, not through this entrance anyhow, and I don't think we go through the other one. I know you are saying, no entry sign is saying, Nicholas, that is not the entrance. Remember, for the Bajan Warrior, anything that opens, I can go in and call it the entrance, because I can, because I am the Bajan Warrior. You may have seen we have a lot of air-conditioned buses now in the fleets in Barbados, so you can quite easily get a nice air-conditioned ride. You don't pay any more than the non-air-conditioned buses. So if you are like Patricia and Marlon, and you all are cheap, you all can visit the island by hopping on an air-conditioned bus and driving all around the island. I really don't blame them for being cheap, because they're just following footsteps of the billionaire. I don't think they'll ever get $1 billion, but they're certainly going to try. I'm sorry for our sort of like very sparse talking this morning. I'm really very tired from yesterday. Again, thank you to those that came out yesterday to, you want to tell me names again? Chill Bar and Grill. Okay, on the boardwalk, we had an amazing evening. We were listening to Sam and Dan, or Dan and Sam, the band. Amazing, absolutely amazing, along with their other musicians as well. We had a great time. It's not the first time we heard them, it's the second time actually. We had to get out of there early because our sulking dictator was in a dancing mood. She was going and harassing the band about playing some party music. Don't mind her playing party music all night long, but you know her already. She does not know any songs that are after 1950. because she's one of the old school girls. Good morning, Governor. How are you going, man? Good? All right, man. You want to shout out the world and say hi to them from Barbados? Say hello to the world, man.
Hello to the world.
Now, what's your name, my brother?
Jerry.
Jerry? Jerry, good to see you, man. I'm Nick. This is Jeanette. We are the EMC family. You on Facebook?
Yeah.
You are? Do you have me in my calling cards? No, I don't. Alright, so check us out on Facebook. Alright, I'm Nicholas Dean, D-E-A-N-E.
Yeah.
Like the horse racing people.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm better than them, so I didn't go into horse racing. I just train people, I don't train horses.
Okay.
Oh, you have a great day, Jerry. Take care, man. Good. So I was here, as you all can hear, letting Jerry know about how good a trainer I am, as you all would have seen last night. Our Falcon dictator said, Nicholas, I do everything that you say to do, without question. So you will understand the amazing skills that I have when it comes to training people. I would have done like my cousins have gone into horse training, but he said to stay with people that are more difficult and more challenging, but I have a success rate of 99.99%. The 0.001% that I have not been successful with are people like 𝗷𝗍𝗂𝗄𝗄, Randy, Maurice, who else? Simon? Anybody else?
Me.
The co-star, she's trained, but she doesn't like to admit it. Look, tell them they're not trained by me. Tell them, I dare you.
I'm not telling them anything.
Oh, see, she knows the tricks already. If she had told you all that she's not well trained by me, then she would have obeyed me, but you know how it is. I actually told her to keep quiet when I asked her any questions today. Do not embarrass me. If you're interested in doing some 𝑄 in the community style dancing on a Thursday night and you do not feel like driving into the country where 𝑄 in the community may be, or you do not feel like paying your bus fare to get up the road like the cheap billionaire and the others, you could come here to Pelican Village. They also have oldies that go on Thursday nights as well. This is the original Pelican Village. It was all chattel homes that were here. However, a lot of modernising went on here, and unfortunately when the modernising went on, they pretty much went dead. They're trying to rebuild it now and regenerate some interest in the Pelican Village. So we keep watching that. It is getting better and better as days have gone by, but it was extremely quiet and dead at one time. Alright, we're going to take you on the actual boardwalk area and take a little stroll along here. Beautiful. As you would see, this is a strange thing. No, this is not for me to do my push-ups on. It is not for me to practice all of my balance beam moves on and stuff. These have actually been put on these benches to stop people from lying on them. That is because a lot of people used to come down here on this boardwalk section and make it their home. So they put these metal structures on the benches to stop anyone from lying. Unless you're like me, who is able to be very flexible and shift yourself up into these small areas, then you would not be able to sleep on these here. As you can see, we are going through drought right now. Everything is looking very brown. Remember last year, because of the ashfall we had from the year before, because of the early hurricane we had last year that drenched this island with a lot of rain and stuff, you know, we had a very green year. This year is looking extremely brown, very dry, just like all the other Caribbean islands. Actually, drought alerts have gone up. Not so much for Barbados, but for a majority of the islands that are to the north of the island. So if you are in Barbados, please help us conserve water. Please don't turn on your tap and then go and get the all your plates and all your cutlery off of the table and then bring it back and wash them. You know, please conserve water. Help us, because remember, the water you're drinking is from an underwater lake. We have to try and preserve the levels in there so that you can have the best water, best tap water in the world. That is what we're known to have in Barbados, because of our filtration through coral stone and limestone. Absolutely beautiful. If you want to see a little bit more about the coral stone, limestone filtration, I recommend you go to Harrison's Cave, do a tour of Harrison's Cave, and let them show you what it's all about. You will get a clear understanding about the filtration system after you've done a tour of that cave as well. I'm going to walk a little further down, give you a little more scenic view. But as we were talking before with the armoured rocks, these are armoured rocks that were built here by 𝘂𝗍𝗄𝗏 at one time. They're actually laid together and intertwined into each other, so they really do not move. Unlike the bigger arm rocks that may move, these tend to lock into each other and don't move anywhere. You'll see a lot of vessels on the inside. Very popular port as well. You can get everything in here. If you want the fresh fish, it's the place to come. Or oysters, a lot of different places. 𝗏𝗏 Bay, you can get fresh fish in many areas. But this is a place that you will find very busy, and you'll find a lot of fishermen coming into the actual Bridgetown area, because sales down here are much quicker and easier. Absolutely beautiful. When you see this here, like in the rainy season, like when you get October, November, and that time when we are around that time when it's had a chance to really start to grow in and stuff, out here is stunning. Absolutely full of colors, vibrant colors, beautiful area. Now, we said this morning we were going to do something, well, we didn't say it, but I was saying it at home. So if you overheard me while you were using my smartphone to spy on me with your spyware, you would have heard me say that we were going to be walking down into Bridgetown. Well, hold on a second. Better sit on that bench, Nick. You could lie on it. Oh, I can lie on it, Mary. You do not know me. I will have to show you. I will show you how flexible and how easy it is for me to get underneath these pipes. I actually can go under there without touching anything except for holding the pipe. I can suspend myself in the air as I slide myself through. So if you heard me this morning, we were saying we're going to do what the cruise ship passengers do, but in the opposite direction. So we started in Bridgetown and walking towards the port. I was hoping that we would have had some guests that were coming out, because the majority of these here will be off the mine shift, which would be German and other foreign languages. So I could have talked to them quite comfortably and they would not have understood anything I was saying. So I could tell them lies, unlike where I have to tell you all the facts and truth, because I know you're investigating them. So remember, on a Saturday, make sure to have your history book nearby. And let Nicole tell you all the lies, and you can correct yourself by looking at the history book. Or you can buy my history book, very, very cheap. It has in very little information, so it's so condensed into a few pages, but you have to pay a lot of money for it. I say cheap, but you really do have to pay a lot, because it's a wealth of information. It would also correct all the things that Nicole tells you are her lies, and anything else that anyone else tells you. Remember, if you have a problem with Bing, or you have a problem with any of the other search engines that say anything contrary to what I'm saying, please write them a letter of disgust and correction, and ask them please to correct their information, because they're wrong, because Nick is always right. Is that not true? Catch her off guard this morning. It's not true. She now says it's not true after the camera turns off her. She's a little camera shy this morning. Give her a break. Don't mind she took up the gimbal last and did a lot of nonsense with it. You're tired?
I'm tired.
You're fagged out from last night?
I am.
Yeah, I know, man. It was hard. I tell you, Margaret and that man gave us a hard time last night. It was very, very difficult. Thanks again to all you all for coming out and joining us. We did mention about our schedule, upcoming schedule for this week. It is going to be a little bit different. We have a vlog today. We have a vlog tomorrow. Wednesday is an off day. No, off does not mean you do not work. It just means that you do not have a schedule to keep. And then Thursday we have Q&A community. Friday we will be vlogging from Soup Bowl. That's where we'll be going Friday, Saturday and Sunday. So Friday vlogging from Soup Bowl for sunrise. And then we'll bring you some periods throughout the day of what the activities are like, trying to explain to you what you're missing and why you should be at 𝗲𝗄𝗏. Are you all happy about that? Yes, to be with me especially though. Oh, lovely, and she's not touching my gimbal, and you all heard her for yourselves. Saturday, we'll be doing a similar thing as well, so there will be no 𝗲𝗟𝗃. Well, there'll be a 𝗲𝗟𝗃 Saturday, but it certainly will not be historic. We will be doing 𝗲𝗄𝗏 again for you for our sunrise. We will be taking you on adventures throughout the day as the competition goes on. And then Sunday, well, we will also probably bring you sunrise again. Can't guarantee it. Remember, Sunday is supposed to be off day, but our mobile office will be at one of the bars down in 𝗲𝗏𝗏, so you don't have to go anywhere else but 𝗲𝗏𝗏. So come to 𝗲𝗏𝗏, get all your entertainment and your surfing, and then come and give us some assistance and help us work and keep Barbados spinning, because without us doing what we have to do, Barbados will come to a dead still stop. In distance you're seeing Hilton Hotel. That just gives you a bearing of where we're located now. Now before when Pelican Village, or before when Pelican was Pelican Island, there's a river that used to run down through Barbados that comes down through this general area here. That is where the Land's End was. And then you used to have what was an island, where is now the Deepwater Harbor. That is actually being claimed, all the land between, or all the sea between Barbados and what was Pelican Island, which was a quarantine island at one time, but known as Pelican Island. That has gone due to the development of the Bridgetown port. Hindsight, I would have to say that was one of the biggest losses Barbados has incurred, because if we'd had a little island off of us, besides obviously the massive Culpeper Island, Barbados would have had a little bit more to offer. But I know cruise tourism was critical, and also bringing in the cargo was critical. But losing an island, I think, was devastating. However, it's something that has been done, so we have to benefit from what we have done, and that's how bring thousands and hundreds of thousands of people here to Barbados every year in the cruise tourism. Remember, cruise tourism mainly only runs from November through to April. It starts to peter off in April. It only starts to barely trickle in November. But they're the peak seasons. Last year we had no ships here in summer. I'm not sure what the schedules are this year, if we will get back a Carnival or Royal Caribbean here in summer, but we'll wait and see what that is. I don't have the information. And as you know, I do not like to tell you false information. I only tell you accurate information. So I'm not going to discuss anymore with the cruise industry. Someone else can tell you about that. So I'm here holding her, because every time that she's about to tell bad things about me, I give her a little stick in her side, which is a continuous thing. If you were feeling her side, it's like the beating of a drum, tick, 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 because I know she's getting ready to talk a lot of nonsense, as you can see.
I don't want to say anything today.
You're not saying anything? You don't want to speak to anybody? You're so antisocial. You don't want to speak to the family this morning?
I did not say that.
But you said you don't want to say anything today.
I just want to talk.
You don't want to talk to anybody?
No.
No? You don't want to say anything to anyone this morning? You mean you don't want to talk to your family and be social? No? No. You... It's called taking advantage of her. They say in the olden days, kick a dog when it's down. Not that she's a dog by any means, but that is when you take advantage of someone when they're down. One that we like to live by is do unto others before they have the chance to do unto you. She says I'm cool, COOL. She didn't say cruel. Oh, hold on a minute, camera's turning. Alright, so we're coming up to the Bridgetown Harbor, which is directly in front of us. There's also the industrial complex down here. You'll find all type of industries and stuff. Again, another 𝗃𝗏 in the distance here. If you're ever hungry, this is billionaire's words himself. He told me, Nick, if you're ever hungry in Barbados, just drive down this road here below 𝗃𝗏 and inhale deep, and you will get your daily fix of curry. That man's so cheap then. You imagine he would not even go in there and buy a bottle of water or even a cup of ice. He just wants to drive by 𝗃𝗏, inhale deeply, and walk away with his curry breakfast for the morning. That is ridiculous. Anyhow, you also notice that our tables have bars on them as well. So you understand it's going to be very difficult for anyone to lie across these structures here. Now later on today you'll find a lot of visitors sitting out here. People will be making their way to Bridgetown and out of Bridgetown, coming back down from 𝗃𝗏𝗏𝗲, etc. You'll find a lot of them taking breathers out here. A lot of them are not physically fit or Olympically trained like myself, so they tend to take a breather, like our co-star right now. She's actually pretending she's taking pictures of tables because she wants to stop and catch her breath. Me, I would like to catch my breath as well too, but I promise to talk at least 45% of the time today, so I have to stand up to that promise. I don't like to make false promises. Lovely area. I have sat here. I worked in this cruise industry for just shy of 23 years. Actually in this general area here, I was down here for 23 years, majority of the time, especially in the winter season. This is an area that I used to come and sit down and relax and catch a little bit of peace and serenity on a day when I had the chance, which was hardly ever. But when I had the opportunity to do that, I used to also walk to work. I'm from work every day, 6 kilometers in either direction. I used to pass slow joggers in my walking because I am so fast. I am Olympically trained and gold medal holder of speed walking, as you all would know. Actually, I'm a gold medal winner and holder of every possible award for every physical event that there is. So just to let you all know that if you all win anything now, it's because I've retired. Otherwise, it would not have happened. We're going to take you out here in the 𝗲𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. So we're going to do a little spin from here, let you enjoy this scenery, see some peace and serenity. Remember that back in 2019, late 2019 and 20, when the COVID came on, you would have found 12 to 16 ships moored just off the island. Barbados opened its doors and welcomed all the cruise liners in a humanitarian gesture. A lot of the other islands refused them entry, did not allow them to come in, did not allow them to pick up or disembark passengers. However, Barbados stepped up to the plate and we opened our doors and we helped out in every way possible. So kudos to the administration that did that. That's what you do when things are in a tough situation. You step up and render your assistance, whatever assistance that may be. We offered a safe port somewhere for people to come and get back home to their families and friends that were missing them and that were fearing about their health and safety. Barbados, amazing. Always the leader in everything. First of all, leader in creating a person like me, which is the Bajan warrior. So obviously it has to be the best. But no, seriously speaking, Barbados leads all the time. We do not walk and follow. Barbados is a leader, and we all know that. We're actually the most eastern of all the Caribbean islands. That will tell you that we're leading the way to the African coastline, and therefore all of what I'm saying is factual. Any of you all historians that doubted that, you will know for sure, because of our strategic location, we are the leaders in the Caribbean. A good thing I'm not a politics guy. We'll probably get a letter from all the governors throughout the Caribbean today, but don't mind that. But we are the leaders. Beautiful, beautiful day. All right, so we can do it silently now for you. Enjoy. Just absolutely beautiful and stunning. Beautiful, beautiful Barbados. For you surfers that are not aware, what you're seeing right here on this peak here, if you get this with a really big north swell, you can get some amazing barrels out here. I've surfed here once in my life, very difficult to get out to it. Not always consistent, so you really got to pick for the right swell, but working in this general area for 23 years, you can appreciate it. I watched it every day that I was at work, so whenever I go off work, be a dash into the sea, which was only once. I found it once perfect, but if you get the opportunity, come and enjoy that surf as well. We can walk a little bit close to Bridgetown Port. We'll sign off at their entrance this morning. Just go down there and show you the official entrance to Bridgetown Port and how it's changed over the last few years as well. Lots of changes here. You will remember years ago, all this entire area was a gravel car park where all the taxi men used to park, and all the people that were playing their trade used to park in this general area. However, it was all made into a beautiful greened area a few years back, and this boardwalk into Bridgetown to facilitate people who want to walk to Bridgetown rather than go up there by a shuttle or by a taxi. So this here was a great beautification of this area. However, what it did is it completely reduced all of the parking facility here. So majority of the time you come down here, you'll find taxis and some tour buses will be lining the entire way right up almost to Pelican on this side of the road, because there is really no parking area at the moment. So I do know that they had some plans to do something with this area to enhance the parking as well, but I leave that up to them to tell you about when it actually happens. I don't have too much information on what is actually happening. I know what they were talking about, but I'm not too sure what's going to actually happen eventually. Play like a Bajan. Now let me hear our sulking dictator say that. Play like a Bajan. But listen, you have to say it with a Barbadian accent, not an American accent. So please tell our sulking dictator that until she can speak with Barbadian accent, no matter how much Bajan she speaks, she does not have it yet. So that is a little input there for our sulking dictator. Now you're also warned about walking on these armored stones and fishing on these here. That is prohibited as well. You would have seen us do it just now, and the reason why we did it is because I can, because I'm the Bajan warrior. It's not that I don't obey laws and regulations, it just is that there are no laws and regulations really for me. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Let me see who is that there now talking nonsense. I never see rooster on a surfboard neck. Simon, I realize that when you come on in the morning, you pick on me a lot though. I never ever pick on you. I never say Simon Thompson anything bad about her at all, but yet you come on here straight this morning and talk a lot of nonsense about me. But when you come back to Barbados, I'll show you how I surf, because I am an amazing surfer, extremely highly talented. Of course, a gold medal holder in that category as well. So when you come on to Barbados, I will introduce you to it and show you how it is done. If you're unable to make Super Bowl this weekend, then again, I know you have a location bracelet on your foot, because your boss was sick and tired of hearing you in Barbados when you were supposed to be at work. So they put a location bracelet on her. She cannot leave there at the moment, but I'm sure will defy that somehow. She'll probably put that on her friend's foot and let them walk about and trick them, because she's a very tricky and underhanded person. I don't like to call names because we are into anonymity for sure. But that's Simon Thompson, better known as the Water Baby. But as I said, we're not going to call any names this morning because we don't like to do that at all. That's the entrance to Bridgetown Port. You will notice completely different changes again. We had a hurricane that came through off of the island that did tremendous damage here. You remember they had Millie's bar, if you've ever been a cruise ship visitor here. Millie was located underneath 𝗟𝗄𝗏 trees. She has moved down inside now. All these armor rocks are put up. They didn't have this kind of depth of armor rocks out here. And tremendous damage. Actually had water that went into the terminal. So that would tell you kind of seas. And the hurricane didn't actually hit us. It just went by us, but it gave us the large swells. Alright, so we're going to walk by here now. Hopefully these guys here do not remember me, because they do not like me. I do not know why. But anyhow, if you want some food down here as well, lots of food carts. You can get legendary fish cakes down here as well, just up in the road by Oran. So if you're driving through Bridgetown, please stop and get some legendary fish cakes. They will give you some flavor for the morning for sure. Burn your mouth if you're not familiar with pepper, etc. They're called legendary hot fish cakes. Alright, we're going to step on this wall here because I don't think the security can see me. So we're going to step on top of this wall. We can give you our last circle of love. And then we're going to be coming down onto ground level and saying bye to you all. Here we go. Beautiful, beautiful Barbados. Absolutely beautiful. So if you're coming into Barbados by cruise ship, this is where you're going to exit. You can walk to Bridgetown, or you can get one of the shuttles from inside. They offer shuttles backward and forward from Bridgetown. You can get one with them. If you're physically fit like me, who always likes to walk and train all the time, you will probably want to walk into Bridgetown. You can do so comfortably as you would have seen the way we have walked just now. Remember, if you want to see the island, please ask to go down on the east coast. Do not take a skim of the top ridge. Ask the guys to take you down to 𝗏𝗶𝗀𝗏 area. If you don't go into 𝗏𝗶𝗀𝗏, you have not seen Barbados. Trust me, seeing it from the elevation on Hackton's Cliff and along by St. John's Church is not seeing the east coast of the island. You actually have to feel it as well. You can see our co-star. She's getting into all of the vantage points to do some photography for you. The beauty of Barbados through her eyes. You would have noticed we have started to hashtag that as well, because she's doing all of our photography really now, because I just do the vlogs and stuff and occasional photograph, but she does most of the main stuff. Alright, so this is the advertising for Pelican. We're trying to generate business back there. We actually used to have festive Fridays. It was held there, where they had a mini carnival on a Friday afternoon. It used to go right into the night time. However, I don't think that's running at this present time, but they're trying to lure you back into the Pelican Village area. Hopefully you will go and visit them and have a look at the shops. They actually have some nice restaurants and stuff in there. They have some health food stores and vegan stores as well in there, so you can go in there and enjoy whatever your desires are. So I'm just going to say the farewells for us now. Thank you for joining us this morning. Hopefully you've enjoyed this extremely informative walk, and hopefully you've taken some notes, because you will not be able to retain all the information. You do not have the mental capacity that I have, so therefore I would not expect you to be able to maintain it. So I hope you've taken some notes this morning. And as for our 𝗏𝗍𝗃 host, I hope she has heard how you do not lie, how you can carry on a commentary without lying or making fun, carry on a serious commentary and bring people's attention to what you're doing. Is that rather good? Yeah man, great man. It's not at all about lying. I just want to let her know that the only lying that I do is when I get into bed on a night. Otherwise that I tell the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth. And on that point I would like to say that Simone Thompson is the most annoying person in the world, and that is absolutely factual. But from me and from our co-star, I have to say ours, although she's my co-star, you all call her your co-star as well, because I've allowed you that privilege. We'd like to bid you all an amazing Monday. Hopefully you will go forward with peace and love and happiness. Hopefully if you had a little chuckle this morning, you will share that joy and happiness with others. If you have not laughed this morning, you have a problem, you need to come to my school of comedy, and we will introduce you to our Switch Mary, who is known as our closet comedian. She will educate you on how you can get comedy out of nothing at all.
She's really funny today.
She's really funny today? Oh yeah, well last night she was sitting there giving a lot of trouble, but we saw her glowing. We're not going to get into any information on that at all. Not today. But anyhow, from myself and from Jeanette, wish you all a pleasant day from Barbados. We send our warm greetings and our warm love and our light your way. Hopefully you will find some positiveness in what we did today. If you didn't, well, I can't really help you. Hit replay as many times as you need to, because there's positive there to be found in all the comments, etc. Have a great time, you all. We love you all. Greetings from Barbados. We're going to sign off with the beauty of Barbados. So we're signing off with the beauty of Barbados. And I see someone asking for a circle of love. So here we go. Circle of love.
Just know he steps to my feet every time you ask for one. He's got boots on.
So as you all can see, she has no respect for you all in a circle of love. She kept talking the entire way through it. I cannot help her. I'm trying. I have a long way to go. But anyhow, your circle of love and our sign off. Have a great day, everyone. We hope you love. Today, we hope that you will share your love and kindness with everyone. And remember that your smile today can save a life, and your good morning or your hello can get someone back from a cliff and let them think there's a new light to follow, which there is always light to follow. On the darkest days, the sun still shines. Have a great day. We love you all.
Yes, Simone, he's corny.
See y'all later. Greetings from Barbados. One love.